Has anyone ever asked you to teach them to crochet? Hey folks, it's Mary, aka MercyTriumphs, and this is Slow Crochet. Today I'm really excited to share with you something that combines my professional history in teaching with my very favorite thing in the world, which is crochet, and that is I am preparing to teach a class on how to crochet. I have some phenomenal neighbors. They are so wonderful, and they know that I crochet. They even know that I have this channel. I don't think that they watch, but maybe they'll watch this one. Hello. But we ladies often get together several times a year with different themes in mind, and we decided that we would have a sit and stitch and that I would teach crochet. So I have been thinking about this for quite a long time. I've been shopping for yarn. I've been deciding on what exactly I'm going to do. So I wanted to share with you guys what my thought process is and how I'm preparing to teach this class. Then at the end of the video, I will come back and tell you how it went and hopefully share some pictures and maybe even some video depending on how it goes and kind of reflect on that experience. So let me switch my camera around so I can show you guys what I'm doing to prepare for this class. Okay, so here are the things that I am bringing to this event. Number one, I have put together some little paper bags, and inside each one I have a peaches and cream, which is a 4-weight cotton, and these are several different colors, and attached to it I have a crochet hook, and I've already started up a swatch for them. So this is just some single crochets across the top, but when you're first learning to crochet, sometimes it can be really hard to get going. So I thought it might be nice to have a couple of rows already in place. And you see I already have a stitch marker here to kind of keep their work from unraveling. So I thought let's go ahead and start them off with having something that they can work into to make that process a little bit easier. So everyone is going to pick out a bag with the color of their choice. I have 4 different of these colors, 2 of each style, and these I got at Walmart for a couple of dollars per ball. Walmart was the best price that I could find. Next, I'm going to have my neighbors choose a color of acrylic yarn. Again, it's a medium number 4, 109 yards. These are 100% acrylic. These I got from the Dollar Tree for $1.25 a piece. There is goldenrod, ballet slipper, turquoise, mist, nice white, plain old white, pecan, rust, royal blue, and then I didn't realize this, I picked up a 80% polyester, 20% acrylic, but I love this color anyway. It's taupe, and for our purposes, it will do just fine. So they'll have their cotton yarn and they'll have their acrylic yarn. So 2 projects that we are going to do. Number 1, I want them to use the cotton yarn to make a washcloth or a dishcloth or something of that nature, just basic single crochet. The next thing I'm going to have them do is something they can work on for a longer term, is to make a long strip of single crochets, and we are going to turn this into an ear warmer with the basic fold over, stitch together, and then turn it out to be an ear warmer. So I thought if all I can teach is chain stitch and single crochet and set them up with 2 projects, that would be a great starting point. In addition to this, they're also going to get a Susan Bates needle, just a basic yarn needle. I do like the steel ones better than the plastic ones. I know they're going to hold up better and they're not much different in price. And then in addition to that, I am going to bring some other resources just to show. I am going to bring a few things that I've made using single crochet. I'm going to bring this dinosaur, which is just single crochets, and the magic ring and all those kinds of things, a basic amigurumi. I'm going to bring this moss stitch ear warmer, which demonstrates just by using single crochet and chain stitches a different version of an ear warmer, and also a heavier weight of yarn to kind of give them some perspective there. And then I also have a moss stitch cowl, again single crochets and chain stitches, and it just gives a sense of what you can do in terms of wearables or toys with just those 2 stitches. I'm also going to bring my crochet stitch dictionary if people want to thumb through this and get any ideas or inspiration. And I'm also going to bring 2 library books Animal Friends of Pika Pow, and Sweet Crochet Friends by Crochet. And so these, again, just by working basic single crochets, these will give my friends and my neighbors some inspiration of things that they can do with a basic crochet stitch. All of this will be going in a market bag, and again, all you have are some single crochets and chains, and just hopefully my friends will be inspired to see all the different things that they can do just with those 2 stitches. So I'm going to repack all this and get ready to go. Hanging out with my neighbors this morning and teaching them to crochet. We started with some brunch and it went so well, y'all. I can't explain just how happy I was. I feel like my teaching time went as I hoped it would. It was really wonderful to not only be able to spend time with people that I genuinely enjoy, but seeing them catch on to it and to be excited about something new and to be able to practice something. It really made my heart so happy. And I'll drop in some footage right now. So this was my plan of attack. I was thinking, if I only had an hour or 2, what are the things that are going to be the most useful for them to learn how to do? Number 1, you got to learn how to chain. Number 2, let's learn how to single crochet. I don't know if you remember when you started to crochet, but it can be really daunting just figuring out how to move the hook and how to move the yarn and how to hold it all. So we started out doing our chains, and after they got pretty good at that, I said, hey, let's move on. Let me teach you the single crochet. I had prepared some swatches of cotton yarn where they could go ahead and look at the stitches and go into them. And so then we worked on doing single crochet on that same swatch. So they started going back and forth there. And that's where being right there with them was so wonderful, because it really does make a big difference where you place that hook when you're learning to crochet. And it's so easy to get confused between yarning over and pulling through however many loops. Some of them would end up doing a slip stitch instead of a single crochet. And some of them would get caught with a turning chain and exactly where to place the hook. But it was a really beautiful thing because everyone was kind of coming at it in their own way. And it was fun to be able to take this same process and help them all get some confidence. Finally, what I wanted to do was get them working single crochets into a chain. And this is really amusing to me because initially some of them had made really tight chains and some of them had made looser chains. And it was fun because one of my friends that had done really loose chains felt kind of sad about it, but once it came to actually working into those stitches, she was able to get a rhythm really quickly. All in all, I had a wonderful time. I feel like the order that I introduced the concepts really worked out, doing the slip stitch and then chain and then single crochet into an already formed piece, and then learning how to put some stitches into your starting chain. If given the opportunity, I would love to do this again. But it really did challenge me, because how do you take a craft like crochet that has some pretty specific terms, yarn over, single crochet, going into the loops, yarn over, go through 2 loops. There's a whole other language that we use that we're not necessarily aware of. And you kind of have to learn that terminology as you're learning how to coordinate your 2 hands. We joked about how next time there's a cookout, we'll all just be sitting around working on our crochet and everyone is getting a scarf for Christmas. I was given a teacher gift and I want to show you what I received. This was not at all expected, but for not being a yarny person, this is pretty amazing. So the first thing that I received was a pair of on-the-go scissors. This is great because I actually only have 1 pair of embroidery scissors that I use, and recently I misplaced them. Like, I hid them from myself. I put them actually in a very logical place, but it just wouldn't be where I normally would have left them around. So since I put them away, I actually lost them. Anyway, extra pair of scissors here, so very handy, excited about those. I was also given a project bag. This is my bag zing, And it is this beautiful aqua color. And actually, this is the first time I'm getting into it. Wonderful little compartments. Oh. And I guess you could in theory thread your yarn through here if you wanted to have your yarn kind of attached to your project bag. And another great pocket here. So that is going to be super fun, super handy. I love a good project bag. This friend also decided to get some yarn tensioning rings for all of us, and we all chose a different design. So I chose this kind of peacock, and it is adjustable. I'll have to adjust it down. I've never really used a yarn tensioning ring before. I've never really found it to be necessary, but I thought they were so beautiful and so sweet. I might just end up wearing it just as a regular ring. As if that weren't enough, I'm going to call this a yarn minder, but it is one of these sets that's the two pieces that lock together, and you put your yarn over the spindle. So you can wear this strap around your wrist, and you can have your yarn hanging here as you're working on it. So it'll be this kind of idea. So I don't know if you can see, it's that really sweet navy blue, and it has the mittens and the little lamb there with the yarn ball. It doesn't even have knitting needles, so that's kind of nice. It's ubiquitous for any fiber artist. Little gifts like this were just over the top. Wonderful, wonderful day that we had together. And I'm looking forward to getting together with them and sitting around and working on projects in the future as well. I know several of them have some big trips coming up, so they're like, this is what I'm going to be doing in the airport. This is what I'll be doing on the plane. This is what I'll be doing in the waiting room, which makes me so happy because y'all know me. I love that idea of working on projects in public and bringing that with you and just inviting people into that world with us. So that's it for me today. Thank you so much for being part of this process and letting me share my joy with you. It really has been so much fun. Let me know in the comments, have you ever taught anyone to crochet? What did they find to be the most challenging? Or when you started crocheting, what did you find to be the most challenging and what was helpful to you? I'll check in the comments below and I'll look for good resources to send on to my neighbors as well. Thank you so much to all of my subscribers, old and new. Thank you to everyone who has been part of this yarny adventure with me, everyone who has liked and shared and commented and subscribed, all of that. Y'all are super encouraging. I love being part of this little world with you. And I certainly do appreciate you. And if I'm not your cup of tea, thank you so much for listening this long. I do appreciate you, and I do hope I'll see you again soon. Bye.